How's it going, team? So I thought I'd just do you just a quick video, a quick run through about what's going on because all these charts are tapping into zones like simultaneously. By that I mean the altcoin chart and the USDT dominance chart. So right, what we got here is altcoin charts tapping into a 2-day fair value gap. Okay, it's sweeping previous day's low as well. So if we go to the 1-day chart, so we're sweeping all these previous day lows into this fair value gap, rebalancing this fair value gap. So we're likely to get a turn here if we get the shift on the lower time frames. You drop down to like the 15 minute, the 5 minute, and look for a shift. So while the altcoin chart is doing this, USDT.D is also tapping into a zone as well. So when they do this together, it generally means that there's going to be a turn in the market, potentially going to be a turn, okay? And this happens systematically. It happens, every few days, every couple of days. And when this does happen, it's the time to start paying attention because you could catch some really, really high probability trades. So by me doing this short run through for you this morning, I'm just gonna, bring you up to speed about what's going on, and then hopefully when this happens again, you're ready for it. Okay. So what USDT is doing at the minute is sweeping the previous day's high because above every daily high, weekly high, monthly high, low as well, there's tons of liquidity because that trading session, that trading period has left liquidity behind that needs to be swept. And we all know these markets move on liquidity. Okay. There is nothing more to it. So a sweep of the previous day's high into a fair value gap is a very high probability chance of price reversing. All right. And as you can see, we sweep the previous day's high and we're starting to drop out of this fair value gap now, which means that we could potentially roll over here. So if that ends up happening, then the market will turn bullish for a bit, okay? Because if USDT goes down, the cryptos go up and vice versa. It's an inverse relationship, okay? So if we drop down to a lower time frame, we've also got all these 4 hour fair value gaps. This one here is, I'd consider that filled. This lower one, I would consider that as not filled, all right? So if we do reject from this daily here, I would expect the market to turn bullish for a little bit. I'd expect us to come, back down to here to start to rebalance this fair value gap. Okay. So if we look on the 4 hour on the altcoin chart, let me just get rid of this for 1 second. 4 hour chart on the altcoin chart, and then we start to turn bullish. There are fair value gaps up here that the market could potentially come to rebalance. Okay, we've got another one. Yesterday's fair value gap didn't get filled either. Didn't take 50%. Haven't filled this one. You see? So if USDT rolls over, then the altcoin chart is going to push up into its fair value gaps on this chart. Okay. So it's just a matter of marking the ones off that haven't been fully filled. You can set alerts at the 50% level inside these gaps. So you're not always staring at charts or always trying to look for a trade. And that's all that I do. When the alerts go off, then I'll just come and look for a trade. Right. So at the moment, the market could potentially turn bullish. I'm in algo at the minute. Right. So we have swept the previous week's low and rejected, and we're currently sat above, which is actually a support level as well, a 4 hour support level. So I have hedged a small long. I'm in about 20% profit, just to claim back some of the just to claim some of the get back some of the profits from my short. So obviously, if the short pulls back, your profit's going to decrease. So if you can hedge against it, you sort of maximize profits out of the trade. But that sort of comes with experience. I never started doing that until, a few years in. So, and then let's have a look at Ape as well. Ape is on a very strong support level. It's also at the 618 as well. If we zoom in a little bit more and we go to the daily on Ape, Ape is actually tapping into bullish fair value gap as well, and it's taken 50% at the 618 on support. So you see what I'm saying? So a fair value gap at crucial fib level It's swept previous lows. It's probably swept the previous 4 hour lows. And then that's you're likely to get a reversal. So at this point, the market could potentially turn bullish. If it does, you know exactly where USDT will go and altcoin chart will go because I've marked off the fair value gaps. I hope this makes a bit of sense. I thought I'd just quickly just do a quick update just before I leave this morning. If you've got any questions, just ping them to me in the chat and then I'll happily go through them. All right, let me just have a look at another one. So we got AVAX. So AVAX sweep the previous week's low into an order block, and we're getting a reaction there. All right. So what I look for before what I like to see before I even consider enter a trade is if price sweeps a previous high or low into a fair value gap or an order block. Because if it sweeps a previous day's high or low, you know it's taking the liquidity from that trading session, and on top of that, it's rebalancing the fair value gap, okay, the imbalance, the fair value gap. So it's very high probability, it's very highly probable that that coin is going to turn around, right? So equal highs as well, equal highs, equal lows, loads of liquidity above and below them. If they get swept into an order block or fair value gap, very high probability trade there. So let's look at ADA, the one I posted. That is a 1 hour order block here, right? And you've got all these relative equal highs here from this range, right? Equal high, a high there, and they do this deliberately, right? They just fall short of these zones and leave highs there. So people enter trades, put their stop losses just above here, and then they come and sweep into the zone and strongly reverse. All right. I hope that made sense, guys. I hope I didn't rush it too much, but I've got to leave shortly. But I will do some more videos and recordings to keep you guys updated. All right. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon.